Hello students, welcome back. Today we'll start with exercise 7.10. Okay, in our previous video we had completed till exercise 7.9. If you like my video, then please subscribe this channel. Okay, now let's begin with the exercise 7.10 of chapter 7, that is integral. Okay, so the first question is integration of 0 to 1 x upon x square plus 1. Okay, this is definite integration. We had already done this type of sum. So first sum is 0 to 1 x upon x square plus 1 dx. Okay, so you can see here x square plus 1. Okay, if you are taking this as function, clear, then the derivative of x square plus 1 is 2x. See, d by dx of x square plus 1, this is equal to 2x. So I require here 2x. So what I will do, divide by 2, multiply by 2. So this will be equal to d by dx of x square plus 1 upon x square plus 1 dx. So here this is the formula f dash x upon fx dx. So this will be equal to log of fx, right? So this will be equal to 1 by 2 log of x square plus 1, and the limit is 0 to 1. So now I will put the upper limit and lower limit. 1 by 2 log 1 square means 1 square 1 plus 1 2 minus log 0 square, that is 0, 0 plus 1, 1. We know that the value of log 1 is 0. So this will be equal to 1 by 2 log 2, or I can write it down log of root 2. When 1 by 2 goes here in power, it will be 2 raised to 1 by 2. So square root of 2. And remember the base here is E. Clear? So this was question first. So just go through this question. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. Okay, so the next question is 0 to pi by 2 square root of sine phi cos raised to phi d phi. Okay, so see what I can do here. I can assume sine as t. So what is its derivative? Cos, right? So we are having cos raised to phi. See, this was the sum similar that we had done by this way, integration of sine raised to n theta, cos raised to n theta d theta, right? So what we are doing, we are assuming any one of them. See, if I'm assuming here cos, then we will get sine phi d phi, right? But we are having square root. But when we are assuming sine, we will get derivative cos phi. So we can separate one cos phi from this. Okay? And here, no need to replace the value at the end. Okay. Now see, let sine phi equal to t. So what is its derivative? Cos phi d phi will be equal to dt. Okay, now we are not replacing the value in the end. like sine phi, we'll put instead of sine phi d. Okay, we'll change the limit. See, now when phi is equal to 0, when phi is equal to 0, what is sine 0? 0. So t will be equal to 0. When phi will be equal to pi by 2, means sine pi by 2. So what is the value of sine pi by 2? 1. So t will be equal to 1. So instead of replacing at the end, we will replace here the lower and upper limit. So now our integral will be equal to 0 to 1. See, 0, t equal to 0. Pi by 2, t equal to 1. Okay, now square root of t, here we are in square root of sine phi. Clear? Or else, first let me rearrange 0 to pi by 2 sine phi raised to 1 by 2 cos raised to 4 pi into cos phi d phi. Right, I have separated this cos phi because I have cos phi d phi equal to dd. So now I will replace it with t. So see here, when it is 0, theta is phi is 0, t is 0. When phi is pi by 2, t is 1. So now t raised to 1 by 2, sin phi we had assumed it as t. Okay, cos raised to 4. Okay, I can write it down as, okay, let me rearrange one more time. Sin phi raised to 1 by 2. This I can write down 1 minus sine square phi whole square. Clear? And this cos phi d phi. Okay, now I will replace it. 0 to 1. Sine phi t raised to 1 by 2. Okay, 1 minus sine square means 1 minus t square whole square. Clear? And cos phi d phi, that is equal to dt. So this will be equal to 0 to 1 t raised to 1 by 2. Just use the formula a minus b square, a square minus 2ab plus b. Okay, so now 0 to 1 t raised to 1 by 2 into 1, 1 by 2 minus 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 5 by 2 plus t raised to 4 plus 1 by 2, that is 9 by 2. So this will be t raised to 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 1 by 2 plus 1, 1 by 2 plus 1, 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. 5 by 2 plus 1, 7 by 2 upon 7 by 2. And 9 by 2 plus 1, 11 by 2 upon 11 by 2, 0 to 1. Now I will replace it. I will put the value t raised 2 into 1 raised to 3 by 2. It's 2 by 3. Putting here value 1, 2 2s are 4 by 7. Okay, 2 by 11 minus, I will put the value of t as 0, 0, 0. So it's 0. So LCM 11, 7 and 3, 11, 7 is 77, 77 into 3, 7 3 is 21 and 7 3 is 231. Okay, so now 3, so 7 into 11, 77, 2 into 77, 144 minus 4, 11 3 is 33, 4 into 33, that is 132. Plus 2 into 7 is 21, 2 into 21, 42. So this will be equal to 144 minus 132, that will be 12 plus 42, 64 upon 231. Clear? So this was about question 2. I am repeating what I have done. I had assumed this sine phi as t. So taking derivative, cos phi d phi will be equal to dt. When phi is equal to 0, sin 0, 0, t equal to 0. When phi equal to pi by 2, sin pi by 2, 1, t equal to 1. So rearranging this, raised sin phi raised to 1 by 2, separating this cos raised to 4 and cos phi d5. Again converting it into sine 1 minus sine square whole square. And now replacing it t and solving, we get 64 by 231. Okay, so just go through question number 2. Okay, now let's move to the next question number 3. 0 to 1 sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square dx. So now see what we can do here. Here I can see 2x upon 1 plus x square. So we can assume x as tan theta. Okay. So let see why we are assuming x as tan theta, because that will be 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. That is the formula for sine 2 theta. So sine inverse sine 2 theta will be equal to 2 theta. Okay, now x equal to tan theta, differentiating we will get dx equal to sec square theta d theta. Derivative of tan theta is sec square theta. Now let's change the limit. Okay, now this says that theta equal to tan inverse x. So now lower limit, when x is equal to 0, theta tan inverse 0, 0. When x is equal to 1, theta tan inverse 1 is equal to pi by 4. Okay, so now I can replace here. Lower limit 0, upper limit pi by 4. Sine inverse 2 sine theta 1 plus sine square theta. Sorry, tan theta. We had assumed tan square theta. And instead of dx, sec square theta d theta. So 0 to pi by 4, this will be equal to sine 2 theta, right? So what is sine inverse sine 2 theta? 2 theta. So 2 I am taking outside, theta sec square theta d theta. Clear? So now I can use integration by parts. UV, like logarithmic, inverse, algebraic, trigonometric. So here algebraic U, trigonometric V. So what was our formula? Integration, sorry, U as it is. Okay, I'm taking two common. U as it is, integration of V minus derivative of U integration of V 0 to pi by 4. Clear? So when I will solve here, I will get theta as it is, integration of sec square theta tan theta minus d theta by d theta 1 and integration of sec square theta tan theta 0 to pi by 4. Clear? 2 theta tan theta minus integration of tan theta is log of sec theta. So this will be equal to 2. First I will put the value pi by 4. pi by 4, 10 pi by 4, 1 minus log sec pi by 4 root 2 minus theta 0, so it will be 0 minus log sec 0, the value of sec 0 is 1, right? But then log 1 will be also equal to 0, so this is also equal to 0. So 2 into pi by 4, pi by 2 minus 2 log root 2. Now this 2 when it goes to the power, it's square of square root of 2. So it will be pi by 2 minus log 2. Remember the base is e. Okay, so this was question number 3. I'm repeating once again what we have done. We had seen that it's 2x upon 1 plus x square. So we know that 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta equal to sin theta. So we assume at tan theta, differentiate dx equal to sec square theta d theta. Change the lower limit and upper limit and then replaced here. Okay, we get theta, this sine 2 theta. So sine inverse sine 2 theta is 2 theta and sec square theta. Now we have done method of UV. Okay, finally we put the lower upper limit minus lower limit. Clear? So just go through question number 3. Okay, now let's move to the next question, that is question number 4. It's 0 to 2 x square root of x plus 2 dx. Okay, so this type of sum we had done earlier without limit, means in indefinite integration. It's simple, we just assume this x plus t. So let x plus 2 equal to t square, right? We will assume it equal to t square. So this will be square root of t square t. Okay, so what does this imply? What is x? T square minus 2. Okay, now differentiating with respect to x, integration, the derivative of x 1 to 0, so it will be dx equal to 2t dt. Clear? We got the dx. Now time to replace the upper and lower limit. So when x is equal to 0, t is equal to, okay, what will be t? 0 plus 2 and square, so square root 2. When x is equal to 2, t will be equal to 2 plus 2 4, t square equal to 4, so t will be equal to 2. Clear? So now replacing here, I get root 2 to 2 instead of x, t square minus 2 instead of x plus 2, t square and square root t, and instead of dx I get 2t dt. So 2 again t dt. Clear? So now I will multiply it, t into t square into t square, t raised to 4 minus t into t square, so 2t square dt. Clear? So now what will be integration? T raised to 4 means 4 plus 1, 5 by 5 minus 2, 2 plus 1, 3 by 3, it's root 2 to 2. Clear? Now putting upper limit and lower limit. So I will first put 2. 2 raised to 5 means 32 minus 2 cube 8 and 8 to the 16 minus root 2 raised to 5. See means I am multiplying root 2 5. So this is 2, 4 and 2. So 4 root 2 upon 5 minus 2 into t cube. So 2 root cube, it is like this way. So this is 2 root 2 into 2, right? So it's again 4 root 2 upon 3. Clear? So this will be equal to 2. Let's take 32 by 5 minus 16 by 3. So this will be 15. Okay. 32 into 3, that is 3 to the 6, 3 to the 9, minus 16 into 5, that is 80. Here it will be again 15. Clear? So 4 is a 12 root 2 minus 4 is a 20 root 2. So this will be 2 into 16 by 15 minus 12 minus 20, that is minus 8 minus minus plus 8 root 2 by 15. So I can write it down 2 into 16 plus 8 root 2 upon 15. I can also multiply it like 32 plus, I can also 32 plus 16 root 2 by 15. I can separate it also. Okay. So this is our answer. Clear? I'm just repeating that I had assumed this x plus 2 equal to t square. Okay. So differentiating, replacing lower and upper limit, and then solving it. Okay. So just go through question number 4. Okay. Now let's move to the next. That is question number 5. Integration of sin x upon 1 plus cos square x dx 0 to pi by 2. Okay, now what we can do here, see here. If we assume cos x as t, differentiating we get sin x dx. Right, so that is the simplest method. Let cos x equal to t. Clear? So now differentiating with respect to x, integrate the derivative of cos x is minus sin x, and this will be equal to dt. So sin x dx minus dt. Clear? So now let's replace the lower limit and upper limit. So when x is equal to 0, what is cos 0? 1. So t is equal to 1. When x is equal to pi by 2, cos pi by 2, 0, t equal to 0. So Replacing it, I will get 1 to 0 sin this instead of sin x dx, I am writing minus dt upon 1 plus what is cos? This is t square. Okay. Now remember, see here the lower limit is higher compared to upper limit. So if we want to interchange the limit, okay, we will have to put a minus sign. Remember this. Okay, say I'm writing a to b fx dx is equal to minus b to a fx dx. Okay, so just note down this thing. When I'm interchanging the upper and higher limit, sorry, upper and lower limit, I put a minus. Okay, so here also what I will do, here already there is a minus sign. So it will be from 0 to 1 dt upon 1 plus t square. So this is the formula for 1 by a tan inverse t by a. So this will be equal to 1 by a. What is our a? 1. Tan inverse t by a and 0 to 1. So first I will put the value of higher limit. So tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse 0. When does the value of tan comes 1? Means tan inverse 1 equal to pi by 4 and tan inverse 0 is 0. So your answer is pi by 4. Clear? I'm repeating what I had done. I had taken this cos x equal to t. So minus sin x dx dt, sin x equal to minus dt. Changing the limit when x is 0, cos t equal to 1. When x is pi by 2, t equal to 0. Putting this value, I replace the lower and upper and lower limit and put a minus, so minus minus plus the formula for tan inverse and just put the higher limit and lower limit, subtracted it, I got the answer pi by 4. Okay, so go through question number 5. So that's it for today. Okay, here we have completed question number till question number 5. In our next video, we'll continue with question number 6 and complete the rest of the exercise. Thank you.